Supposed to be a snowy weekend. What better time to get this thing in the garage finally? Start working on it. So let's pull out the Coronet, big old hefty, and put her in there. Oh yeah. Crank right up. Get her in there. Time to pull her in. Swapped out with the Coronet, old hefty. Bring her in to the workstation. She's in. Time to start working. I'm gonna try and do the dirty stuff right now here during the winter. Fix all the rust problems in the trunk, some of the spots underneath the car with frame rails. This one's not too bad, but this area here needs to be cut out and re-welded in. This side over here, this one's solid. And most importantly, the perches here for the leaf springs are good. Actually, the worst problem is the front frame rail here underneath the driver's floor, which I'm gonna have to hack that out and fix. But the rest of it is fine. It's just this back corner of the frame rail, so we'll fix that. The rest of the floor is pretty good. So here in the trunk, it's not terrible, but let me get the light on. So you can see in here there's a little bit of Swiss cheese. It's not terrible. Here's the top of the gas tank, and someone patched it in with fiberglass, and that's gonna have to go. But yeah, not terrible. Get that fixed. Surprisingly, underneath the lip here of the trunk is super clean. Usually this whole section right in here rots out, but that's nice. Unfortunately, the same spot underneath the hood is kind of rusted out, and that's gonna have to be all repaired. Might be able to buy a donor hood I saw on Craigslist too, but rather not spend 500 bucks if I don't have to, so we'll see. Can't get the hood all the way up because this vent is in the way, but you can kind of see here some of the rust and this nastiness right here where the hood latch goes, and that's what makes it difficult to shut, so I'm gonna have to repair all of that. But the rest of the hood, top side, is awesome. What is this large mass of crap you're seeing? Oh, that's body filler. Oh yeah, look at that. Tasty. It's kind of like a hot rod biscuit. So we're gonna start pulling off the trim around the rear window, kind of expose what's going on with the glass. Gonna have to pull out the rear glass, hopefully not damage any of the stainless trim in this process. And then we will continue down to the trunk, take out all the nastiness in the trunk, and consider front windshield removal as well. So usually in these corners here on these V-bodies, they rust out in this very same spot, and people wind up screwing damn screws through the damn stainless and kind of ruin it. I was able to pop the other one off by just removing the old chunk of metal that it was gone into, because it's just so rusted out, and probably do the same here because of course these screws are very stripped at this point and there's nothing else holding on. All the old clips aren't there, so I'm gonna see if we can get this out. So since it doesn't want to behave, we're gonna have to do some surgery and get rid of it. Now with a little precision, we shave down the head enough that it is now liberated. But again, since someone unfortunately drilled a hole through it, probably gonna have to find some replacement ones, hopefully a Carlisle or something. But yeah, that's that. Can't believe that this corner still has metal enough that this screw didn't come out. There it is. Managed to get off the bottom and driver A-pillar piece of the trim pretty easily. Let's see if we can continue here up top, or if this one's gonna be a bitch. I'm guessing it might be, just because of this position. Try and get us a good spot to start with. There we go. Yeah, probably wind up breaking all these old rusty retainers, but that's alright. If I pull the windshield, which I'm probably going to do, I'll be able to replace all these retainers. Probably want to pull the windshield because there's probably a little bit of rust in here and could be leaking into the carpet, and also the dash is kind of rusty and crappy looking. Kind of see it with the reflection of stuff. And these vents too, they're like old, dry rotted through the sun and they cracked in. It just looks like crap. I mean, could I leave it? Yeah, but when I build a car, I like to do it nice and the right way. So I'd like to paint the dash, of course, tape off the VIN, redo the dash pad, pull the glass. Hopefully we don't break it, and you know, at least getting this stainless trim off without damaging it, pretty important. And we're gonna do the same in the back here too. Got all this off, this glass. Very happy that I was able to get the whole front trim off without damaging any of it. That's usually my biggest fear, is this stuff's, it's stupid expensive to buy it new, you know, reproduction or even used. So if you can get that off without bending it and damaging it, then popping out the windshield isn't so bad. It's just tedious getting through here and cutting out this old gasket and then prying out the windshield. Is there a risk of breaking it? Of course. Removing the front windshield wipers is always kind of scary until you realize you just gotta pry them off. Very tedious. Put a nice thick piece of metal underneath it so you're not pushing down and damaging the cowl. And kind of get in underneath on this side and pry, and a little bit from the back and pry. And slowly you'll see that this like metal dowel, I don't know what you'd call it, it's kind of grooved. It's grooved on the inside here of the wiper too, and it'll start to release. And right now, there it is. As I say, I'm close to the end, so see what I'm talking about here. And on the inside, it kind of looks like a thimble if you've ever sewn before. So that's that, and now it's safe. Didn't put a dent into your cowl.